Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 4:28 p.m. according to a computer clock on Wednesday, March 11, 2015. And this is my reaction to Sailor Moon Crystal, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal episode number 17, Secret Sailor Jupiter. This is actually a redo of my reaction. I had originally done it 3 days ago on March 8th. That would have been Sunday, but I realized there was a lot of stuff that I neglected to mention, so I'm redoing it. First of all, I read the corresponding manga chapter before I watched the episode, and again, it's 90-something% accurate to the manga, which is good. There's not really an equivalent episode from the original anime. The closest that would be, I guess, would be Cold-Hearted Rubius, the Four Sisters of Sorrow. This was episode number 26 of Sailor Moon R, and episode number 13 of the romance portion. It originally aired in Japan on October 30th, 1993. And I say that it's the closest equivalent episode because it's the one directly after Ami is abducted. So, yeah, there are no individual Jupiter and Venus abduction episodes in the original anime. So, that's the closest, I guess. So just to show you where you are in terms of the original anime. Okay. There were a few things that from the manga that didn't make it into this episode of Crystal, which I'll address as I get to them. First of all, there's a moment where Chibiusa is playing the Sailor V arcade game, and she's really good at it, and they can detect that she's really good at it. And there's a moment where there was concern about whether the control room was secure or not, but apparently they have some kind of security system on that to prevent Chibiusa from accessing the control room. So, okay, whatever. That part wasn't mentioned in the episode. Okay, so Asanuma, Makoto's friend, he overhears Luna talking while they're at the fruit parlor. He's at another table, and let's see, Mamoru and Usagi are there, and I forget if Minako was there. I forget, but anyway, he overhears Luna talking, and then later on he bumps into Makoto, and she's got some kind of cold, which that's part of the plot, but she keeps sparking from electricity from her powers, I guess because she's sick and she can't control her electric powers. Which is kind of weird that her powers are like activating even though she's not transformed, but okay, whatever. It's like that in the manga. She says she's giving off static electricity, but anyway, eventually when Asanuma brings up the talking cat, Makoto basically tells him everything. They go back to her apartment. She says everything, so he knows about her, and he knows that Ami and Rei are also like her. Nothing specific about Usagi, but I guess because she was with the talking cat, that he probably figures she's like that too. Another thing that was cut from the manga, he had asked about Mamoru's powers, and she talks about how he has like the power to sense things by touching them, and even some limited powers of healing. That wasn't put into the episode. We get some backstory on Makoto, and we even see her parents in a photo, which I guess I don't think we've ever seen her parents before, but yeah, they died when she was little. She lives on her own in an apartment. I guess she can support herself, but I don't think she's shown having a job. Maybe she was left some money in an inheritance. I don't know, but yeah, she's underage, I guess, but she's living in an apartment. I don't know what the legality of that is in Japan, but okay, whatever. We get some attacks from Makoto. We get Flower Hurricane and I believe Sparkling White Pressure, if I remember correctly. They're cool, so that was neat. And it was in the manga, so yeah. Okay, the big error that people have been pointing out, I've read in the comments on Crunchyroll, and Aurora Peachy brought it up too, that Usagi, when she casts, jeez, I forget the attack name, sorry, Moon Healing Escalation, I think, that, that there's an error that she's not using the Cutie Moon Rod. She's using her original. Jeez, sorry, I'm not good with the names of items and stuff like that. I'll look to Aurora Peachy's reactions for that kind of stuff. But sorry, I just don't remember how she originally cast it. But yeah, apparently that's a big old error, which I didn't notice. Sorry. It's usually when I'm watching these episodes, I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. Yeah, I'm not good at picking up on these things, but anyway, the big plot was that Pets had released some kind of virus into the city and caused people to get sick, which the episode really didn't do a good job of conveying. I mean, Makoto coughs a few times, and maybe some other people were shown to be sick too. I'm not sure. It's just that it's you could have really missed it, honestly. That this was some part of big scheme. Anyway, Pets sends a bunch of her droids impersonating humans to infiltrate human society in Tokyo. Here's another difference from the manga, is that the droids don't have mouths in the Crystal episode, whereas they did in the manga, which means when Makoto meets her droid clone, in the manga she had like this really sinister grin, but in the manga she's just like, she has no mouth, which is kind of stupid. How are they going to infiltrate human society like that? But, you know, even Makoto says, like, that's the best that you can do in impersonating me. Anyway, so the droid isn't scary in the episode like it is on that manga page. Anyway, we get our first glimpses of Neo Queen Serenity and King Endymion in this episode, due to some flashbacks from Chibiusa, which apparently Mamoru can sense when he touches her, so I guess that's like he has a power like that. Okay. Peachy had pointed out that there's an error that Neo Queen Serenity is wearing Princess Serenity's dress, and that's a big old error. I don't know if it's an error or not. I mean, who cares what type of dress that she's wearing? I mean, because she wears a dress that's the same as or similar to Princess Serenity's dress, I mean, okay, so she can wear whatever type of dress that she wants. She's the queen. Okay? Doesn't matter. I wouldn't really consider that an error. Not that I even picked up on that in the first place. Okay? So, whatever. Okay, we got 9 more episodes definitely confirmed after this one. There's only 26 confirmed episodes so far. They haven't said that they'll go beyond that. But anyway, the next episode is Invasion, Sailor Venus. Okay, I think I know what's going to happen, kind of, from that title. So, yeah. Overall, this was kind of a predictable episode. But, you know, it was a bit casual, kind of. It was slow paced, like with, you know, Chibiusa playing the and Usagi playing the games in the arcade. But yeah, so I kind of agree with Peachy that feels like a classic episode with a bit of that filler in there, and it's not completely dedicated to Jupiter as the previous episodes have been dedicated to Mars and Mercury, because we got some Usagi and Chibiusa stuff in this episode. But it was like that in the manga, so it's accurate to the manga. So for all of you people that are complaining about the pacing of Crystal, that's not what Oku's doing, okay? Anyway, so that's all that I have to say about that. About this episode. I think my redo of my reaction is a bit better than the initial reaction. So, okay, it's 4:40 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.